Hey, welcome World Entertainment, and the news that has now got fans concerned. Highlander, the reboot that's going to star Henry Cavill in the role, has moved studios. That's right, it's no longer at Lionsgate. It's now going to be done by Amazon Studios. Yeah. Now, with the likes of Jennifer Salke being removed, this could be one of two things. This could either be really good for this, but it could also be another crap fest from Amazon. Either way, we'll have a look at it. And this, by the way, has something to do with the rights. That Lionsgate managed to let the rights lapse, which is crazy. But let's have a look at this anyway. So it's saying there can only be one. And when it comes to the Highlander reboot starring the ever-brooding Henry Cavill and helmed by John Wick maestro Chad Stahelski, however the hell you say that name, that one is now Amazon MGM Studios. Just last year, after Lionsgate touted the return of the beloved 80s action franchise with a splashy CinemaCon presentation, the project has officially switched sword hands, finding a new production haven at Amazon. Sources indicate the move comes as Amazon's vision aligns more closely with Chad's take on the Immortal saga. It seems Cavill is being quite the fixture at Amazon MGM, as the studio/streamer appears poised to set up Cavill as its action franchise king. Not only will he be wielding a hand-slicing blade in Highlander, but he's also set to spearhead their ambitious Warhammer 40k cinematic universe and pilot the live-action Voltron movie. Adding another layer of intrigue, Cavill's name continues to circulate as a potential successor to Daniel Craig's James Bond, now under Amazon's purview. That would be the perfect casting, but of course, it all depends. Do you make James Bond the real James Bond and not this cooked version that, has to be nicey to people's feelings because bleh. So it's saying stay tuned to SFF Gazette for more Highlander news as we await word on the start of production on whether the project is still headed for theaters or will be a streaming release only. In a previous interview, Chad shared his pitch to Cavill, revealing, "My selling point was to Henry, look, you've got a guy that's been alive for over 500 years. He's the last person in the world that wanted to be in this situation. So you get to cover quite a broad spread of a character arc there. And you get to experience someone that's trained over 500 years and sort of played with many types of martial arts." So we've heard that type of stuff before, and this kind of just then talks about the original movies and shows and stuff, which is fine. But again, this thing with it being now at Amazon, the real question is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Is that an indifferent thing? You can't really say at this stage because we've just learned that Jennifer Salke was fired from her top position at the company. That's right, fired. Didn't retire, fired. But now that she's gone, we have to wait and see what the first actual property that gets done without her is and how it comes out to be. Like, is it good? Is it, balls to the wall, masculinity type of stuff? Because remember, this is the woman who cancelled the Conan the Barbarian series because it was too masculine and all this crap. And you ended up getting the Wheel of Time instead of it. This is that person. They are now gone. And immediately since she's gone, we've started to hear, well, the idea for the Tomb Raider series, done, not happening. We hear that Jeff Bezos came out and said, yeah, James Bond is going to be male, white and British. So all the right things are starting to be said. It's just a case of, it's one thing to say it, let's see you actually do it. The fact that the script and stuff seems to be in place, at least the story, could benefit this movie. Of course, they seem to be pushing that the budget now will be bigger for this movie. Don't necessarily think it needs to be a big budget, but whatever. And apparently it is the fact that they let the rights lapse somehow, that the rights were up for grabs and Amazon went ahead and grabbed them. And it's, as people are pointing out, it's crazy that Lionsgate let the rights lapse because they work very closely with Chad Stahelski, or however you pronounce the second name. I always butcher his second name. Because, of course, John Wick gets made there with him and stuff like that. He's done something else for them. Can't remember what it is, or he is doing. So the fact that they had this other big franchise that they let go with him being attached to it as well to do it. Yeah, it's interesting and weird that they let that happen. Either way, or of course, maybe they just saw, hey, maybe we could get a bit of a benefit from Amazon taking it off our hands because we didn't really want to invest that much into it. Don't know. Either way, it's now at Amazon, so God only knows what we're in store for. We'll actually have to wait and see, and we can't base it off Ultron when that comes out because that did start getting made under Sulky's watch, so we don't even know what's going to happen with that. But as of now, Highlander is still on track to happen with Henry Cavill, still ready to play Duncan MacLeod, or whichever version he's going to be, and it's now at Amazon. So with that, I shall leave it there for this one. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Cheers. I'll catch you in the next one.